Does that look appetizing?
No, chef.
Oh my God. It looks like vomit.
Well, hello there, and thank you for joining me for this very special ranking episode of Echoes of Wisdom. If you haven't guessed from the title, I will be ranking the smoothies in this game based on how tasty they look. I'm excited to get started on this, so with that in mind, let's get started. Now, when I say that I'm ranking them on how tasty they look, I actually do have a few other criteria in mind as well. But I will say that looks are gonna be about a 75% factor in this. But there are two remaining factors that will be playing into how I rank these different smoothies. And those factors are what they're called and what ingredients they have in them. While names aren't everything when it comes to food items, they do have some impact on how I'm gonna judge tastiness. Because if someone places a chocolate milkshake down in front of me and says this is called poopy juice, I'm not gonna want to drink it. And even if I know it's a chocolate milkshake, there's gonna be a part of me that's not gonna want to drink the poopy juice.
That sounds gross.
So the grosser the smoothie sounds in name, the less likely I'm gonna find it to be tasty. I hope that's not coming through, but it really looks like it is on my thing. If you hear strange noises in the background, I have my window open, otherwise I won't be able to breathe in here, so I apologize for that, but it's just the lovely sounds of nature, i.e. the highway that's close to my house. So in addition to the looks and the names of the smoothies, the third and final factor I will be considering is the ingredients. So now you know the thought process behind why I will make the choices that I make. Now we should just move on to one more final thing before we get started on the actual ranking, and that's going over my tier titles. If you've watched any of my tier videos before, then you know the drill. It's just what I do. I don't have a reason for it beyond that it amuses me. And that should be enough. It is enough.
It's more than enough.
So in the top tier, we have Yummers. Yummers is reserved for like the best of the best looking of the smoothies. I'm gonna try. I can't guarantee it, but I'm gonna try to be very discerning with this top tier. The second tier down is it's good. It's not great, but it's good. Nothing wrong with good. Most of the food you eat in your life is gonna be good. It's not gonna be Yummers, but it'll be good. And right in the middle tier, we have Meh. M-E-H. Meh. Solid right in the middle tier. It's not good, but it's not gross. It's meh. Next down, we have yuck. It's not disgusting. I'm not throwing up and vomiting. It's just kind of yuck. And then finally, lowest on the list is ew. That is the strongest reaction that I could possibly have to something disgusting, so that's gotta be the lowest of the low. That's gotta be the most disgusting. And there we have it. All of the tiers and their obnoxious names. So, without further ado, let's get into the ranking itself. Starting off with an interesting one, we have the Apple Radiant Smoothie. Now, the Apple Radiant Smoothie has the benefit of having an apple as one of its ingredients, but it has the drawback of having butter as its other ingredient. And I'm just not sure how a butter-based smoothie would actually taste. And you know what? It's not even so much the taste for me as it would be the texture. I imagine it would be rather oily, would it not?
It's very oily. Don't spill it, because you'll be cleaning for the rest of the morning, but you'll have crazy energy if you get any in your mouth.
Although at the same time, people do put oil into their smoothies. So, who's to say if butter in a smoothie would actually be good? Appearance-wise, it looks quite yummy. It looks green, and I like green smoothies. A lot of my smoothies I make are green. Granted, it's usually because it has like avocado and kale in it, but that doesn't matter. I like green smoothies regardless of what makes them green. So, I think I'm gonna put it in, it's good. Next up, we have just a regular apple smoothie. This recipe requires 2 apples blended together. And while it's clear to me that in real life you would need more than just 2 apples in a blender to create a smoothie, I will say that 2 apples blended together would be fine, right? That would taste fine. It would be good. I I think it would taste good, and equally it looks yummy.
Win-win.
Now we have the bubble smoothie, and the bubble smoothie looks, you know, my problem I think with it is it looks more like swimming water to me than it looks like drinking water. Like that looks I just realized what it reminds me of. Um Does anyone remember in Mario Sunshine when you would have those red coin levels and they would send you to different areas? There was one where you were in this just giant jar of water and you had to swim around. That's what it reminds me of. In addition to it looking more like pool water than actual drinking water, it also is made by blending two bubble kelps together. So, that's gotta not taste very good. I personally am not a huge fan of seaweed flavor, in general, so bubble kelp as an ingredient is probably not gonna go over well for me in this list, but on top of that, there's no other ingredient to balance it out. Like, I'm not a huge fan of kale either, but I will absolutely drink it in a smoothie because I can't taste the kale. Having said all that, I do think that it's not quite to the ew level for me. I think bubble smoothie is gonna go in the yuck. Now here's one where looks really are impacting this a lot because I think that looks so good. Even though it's kind of blue and I can't think of any fruit in nature that comes out blue when you blend it. What about blueberries, you say? And I say, look at a frickin' blueberry smoothie and tell me that's not purple. It's purple. Sorry. It's just that's how life is sometimes.
I don't make the rules.
But you know what it kind of looks like to me? It kind of looks like a Slurpee, but a fancy Slurpee. Oh, no, it looks like one of those fancy mixed drinks you would get if you were really rich and you went to a nice resort and they serve you poolside. That's what that looks like. I would drink that. And I would drink that despite the fact that I have no idea what chili cactus tastes like. The two ingredients for the smoothie is just 2 chili cactuses. And I don't know what cactus actually tastes like. I know that there are some species of cactus that are edible, but I've never had them. So I can't really base it off of that. And basing it on looks alone, I'm putting it in the yummers category. It looks good to me. Even the cactus garnish on the rim looks good to me. I don't know what it would taste like, but I would definitely want to try to at least take a bite of that. Give it a whirl.
I would try it. I mean, if everybody else was. I'm adventurous.
Moving on to climbing smoothie. That is 2 potatoes blended together, and worse, it's not potatoes, they're rock-tatoes. So it's just blending 2 potatoes, hard potatoes together. And that just sounds so gross. And then you look at it, and it looks like rocks in a jar of mud. In no way is any of that appealing to me. That's going in the ew for sure. That's our first ew. It just looks like dirt in a jar, which, to be fair, it kind of is. If I were a Goron, I'd be all over that. But as I am, I'm not interested in eating clumps of rocky potato. Is it potato? Is it rock? Who's to say? Either way, I'm not interested.
Hard pass.
Next up, we have the golden bubble smoothie, and that's made by mixing a golden egg with bubble kelp. Interestingly enough, I'm more intrigued by this one than I am by just the plain bubble smoothie. I'm more familiar with that color as a beverage than I am with the regular bubble smoothie. It kind of looks like whiskey, or maybe watered down iced tea. And I hate whiskey, but I don't mind a nice iced tea every now and then. I'm gonna put it in the meh. Now we have the golden chili smoothie, and unlike the golden bubble smoothie, the golden chili smoothie is not transparent. So it looks more like mud or like clay almost, as opposed to just a beverage. And it doesn't look appealing to me at all. The cactus garnish saves it a little, but I think I'm gonna put it in the yuck.
Yuck.
I like how the golden climbing smoothie thought it could get away with getting into a higher tier by being a lighter shade, but no. You're still going in the ew category. You're the same exact thing, except just like a few shades lighter. That's not happening. We're not doing that. We're not playing that game. And the golden electro smoothie looks a lot like the golden chili smoothie, except with an apple as a garnish instead of a cactus, and with a little lightning bolt. So it's in Harry Potter cosplay. But it still looks like... It looks like an unidentifiable sludge that you put in a jar and gave to me with a straw in it, with an apple on the rim. So, yuck. No thank you. Now here we have an interesting one. It's the golden piping hot smoothie. And I'm conflicted on it because it doesn't look as bad as some of the other ones, mainly because it has that hot pepper in it, and you can see the full pepper in it. That makes it look kind of better to me somehow. But I am a bit on the fence about having a smoothie that's not sweet. I never had a smoothie that wasn't sweet. That's just how it is. Yeah, it's not looking too good. I just don't think it would be all that appealing to me, so it's also going in yuck.
Ah, it's so hot! Why is it so hot?
Now we have the Golden Radiant smoothie, and this one actually doesn't look as muddy to me as the other three golden smoothies in the yuck category. It looks a little smoother as opposed to these, which look a little chunkier. And so the smoother appearance of the texture makes it more appealing to me in general, but not that much more appealing. So I'm gonna put it in meh. I can't put it past meh. Now we have a golden rapid smoothie, and I am gonna have to put that directly into the ew category because I do not want a whole ass seahorse, or as they call it in this game, a river horse, as a garnish to my drink. That is blended into the beverage as well. So just putting a whole ass seahorse in there really does not make it appealing to me at all.
It does not look good.
Now we have the golden smoothie. The golden smoothie, much like the golden radiant smoothie, looks smoother than the other ones. And so it looks more pleasant. Like it's more like mango colored than mud colored. And it doesn't look weird and chunky, it looks smooth. And even though there is no mango in this, I said it was mango colored, there's no mango in this. It's golden egg and refreshing grapes. It looks normal smoothie colored enough that I think meh is a good spot for it too. Right with the golden radiant smoothie.
And that's where it belongs.
Now we have the golden tough smoothie, and the golden tough smoothie, it should look better to me than it does, because it's golden egg and tough mango. And so anything with mango in it should appeal to me, but there is something about this triangle pattern that makes the actual smoothie look brown to me, like this top part looks brown, and that makes it look kind of gross to me. It looks kind of similar colored to that in my eyes, and so it makes it not as appealing. Meh. It would be higher if this yellowish color was the whole thing. So if it had more of a golden radiant smoothie texture or just a golden smoothie texture, I would be more likely to put it in the it's good.
She's very picky, dude.
And then we have the golden twisty smoothie. And the golden twisty smoothie, I have the same issue. There's this band of brown, and I can't think of anything but mud when I see it. This is especially true when you look at the other twisty smoothies, which we'll get to in a minute, but it is especially true when you look forward to the other twisty smoothies that this twisty smoothie really just does not cut it. So I think I'm gonna have to put it in meh next to the golden tough smoothie. And we are finally done with all the golden smoothies. That did take a minute, but now we can finally move on to the mango climbing smoothie, which it still looks like it's a bunch of rocks and dirt and mud, but they put a little mango garnish on it. And sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough for me to see it and be like, oh yeah, that looks better. It's literally this. It's literally the climbing smoothie, but with a mango garnish on it.
You can't fool me.
Now we have the mango twisty smoothie, and I think this one actually looks really good. I do think the green looks a little dark, but I am just getting nitpicky at this point. So I think it looks pretty damn good, and I think yeah, it goes in the it's good, because I described it as looking good twice, so there you go. Now we have the Milky Bubble Smoothie, and the Milky Bubble Smoothie is interesting because it makes me realize just how unappealing that water looks to me in comparison to this one. This one looks like a Slurpee to me, a lot like the chili cactus does. That being said, it is brought down by the fact that it is milk mixed with kelp. That is just not a recipe for success. That also being said, the appearance really does help me get past that a little bit. So we're gonna put it 1 up in the meh, where I think a lot of these are gonna go, I'm noticing.
I am strictly middle of the road.
So the Milky Climbing Smoothie proves that you can pour milk into a jar of mud and give it to me, and it will still not be appealing to me. It's still a jar of mud with rocks in it, but now it has milk. It's still a blended rock-tato with milk. No thank you. You're not tricking me by putting milk in there. You're not tricking me by changing the shade of it or adding a garnish. It still just looks like rocks.
I'm on to you.
Now we have Milky Radiant Smoothie. This is this is milk and butter mixed together. Which really does not sound appealing to me in the least. And honestly, it overrides a lot of the appearance of it. Just knowing that you blended milk and butter together and then just said, here, that's a smoothie, I will say no to that. That's a yuck from me, bro. I don't want buttery milk for breakfast. I will pass on that.
Thanks, but no thanks.
The Milky Rapid Smoothie somehow looks even more unappealing to me than the Golden Rapid Smoothie. It really does not look good to me at all. It's to the extent that when I look at it, I don't see a drink. I see just a hodgepodge of coastline restaurant decorations. Very specific, but that is what I think of when I see it. And that's just, it's not appetizing as a beverage to me that way. So it's gonna go right in the ew because it makes me think ew.
Sound reasoning.
Now the Milky Smoothie is not a smoothie. It's fresh milk and fresh milk. Those are the 2 ingredients. I don't care how much you blend those together, you'll never make a smoothie. Blend them enough, you'll make butter, but you won't make a smoothie. Unless, are we saying that butter is a smoothie? Regardless, it's not a smoothie I would want, so I can't put it in the yummers, but the appearance of it is strong enough that I want to put it higher, because for me, it looks a lot like Lon Lon milk, and I know that the ingredients don't have just butter and milk mixed together, which is why I had to put that in yuck to begin with, because even if this looks like Lon Lon milk, I know that it also has butter in there, and that's gross to me. But this one I know it looks like Lon Lon milk, and it has the added benefit of just being milk. The thing is, I don't just drink glasses of milk. I used to when I was a kid, but I haven't done that in at least 2 decades.
Probably more.
So I can't say for certainty that I would even enjoy Lon Lon milk. I've always just wanted to try it. I have to stop myself from letting the nostalgia for Lon Lon milk get in the way of me actually thinking that it would taste good. Putting aside Lon Lon milk and Ocarina of Time, which is the specific kind of Lon Lon milk I was thinking of, putting that aside for a moment, it does just look like a jar of milk. And when I see that, I don't think yuck, and I don't think yum, I think meh. So that's where it needs to go. I have to hold myself accountable for some things. Next, we have the Milky Sweet Smoothie, which looks pretty good, honestly. I don't really know what it looks like in real life. In the game, it's floral nectar mixed with fresh milk, which is not a smoothie either, but I also do think that honeyed milk doesn't sound bad in real life either. But beyond that, I think that this design is so cute and, so vaguely appetizing that I think I would be okay with a lot of ingredients in there that I might not otherwise find appealing. So, I think it's gonna go in it's good. I don't know if it's yummers for me, but it's good.
It's good.
Next up, we have Milky Tough Smoothie, and this is probably one of the ones that ingredients-wise is closer to an actual smoothie. It requires a tough mango and fresh milk, both things you could find in a real-life smoothie, which is a good start. But beyond that, beyond the ingredients, it looks like a strawberry banana smoothie, which is my favorite kind of smoothie of all time. It just looks good. It looks yummy. It looks yummers, even. So that's where I'm putting it, yummers. This is a very scientific process, very precise. Next up, we have the Milky Twisty Smoothie. And a lot like the mango twisty smoothie, it looks good. It looks more like an ice cream swirl, I've come to realize. A very strange looking ice cream swirl. Most ice cream swirls I know is just chocolate and vanilla, maybe strawberry and vanilla, but that doesn't matter. That still looks like it's good. It looks good, so that's where it goes.
That tracks.
Mixed apple smoothie. Now, mixed apple smoothie should just go in the it's good category with its brethren, but I can't place it there because its ingredients are electro apple, which is a great ingredient for a smoothie, and then river horse, which is not a great ingredient for a smoothie. I'm almost positive that other cultures that eat seahorse don't eat it in a smoothie. They don't eat it for dessert. It's a savory ingredient, so it has no place in a smoothie. I'm gonna have to put it in meh, because even though it has seahorse in it, I still can't visually see that because it doesn't have seahorse as a garnish, so I'm okay with just bringing it down one tier instead of putting it all the way down in the bottom. If it had seahorse garnish on it like these bad boys, I would be putting it down here. But that apple garnish, that saved it.
You got lucky!
Man, mixed bubble smoothie is rough for me because you take an electric apple or refreshing grapes and you mix it with bubble kelp, which doesn't sound great, but it also doesn't sound terrible. But weirdly enough, the kind of rainbow bubble effect that they put on the thing looks really good to me. I don't know why, but for some reason I find it highly appealing. Given the ingredients of electric apple or refreshing grapes mixed with bubble kelp, I would have probably put it in the meh category, because I think if you mix kelp with like a fruit, you'll probably be able to overpower most of the kelp flavor, and you'll probably get some nutritional benefits from it. I want to put it higher than that, just because it's rainbow and that's it. I don't know why that makes it look so good to me, but it's going and it's good.
Shapes and colors the likes of which I've never seen.
The mixed climbing smoothie reminds me of the time that my mom and I went out for ice cream, and I got a soft serve vanilla with rainbow sprinkles, and my mom said, "You only like the rainbow sprinkles for the colors," and I was so offended, because not only did I like them for the colors, I also liked them for their sugary, waxy taste and texture. But looking at this mixed climbing smoothie, I am struck by just how influenced I am by these colors. It is literally just the exact same design as the regular climbing smoothie, but they added some rainbow rock pieces in. And instead of making it look like just rocks inside mud, suddenly it looks like rainbow sprinkles inside a chocolate milkshake. And that looks really good. Those chunks look too big for me to think yummers, but I do think that looks good. I think it really does. So this might be my sign that I need to reevaluate my feelings on rainbow sprinkles and just what's causing my love of them.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Speaking of colors influencing my decision, we have the mixed Milky smoothie, which it looks good. It looks colorful, but it looks good. You get this by mixing fresh milk and electric apples or chili cactus together, which it's just milk and fruit as a solid base for any smoothie. And on top of that, you have these multicolor swirls. I think if it didn't look so much like milk with food coloring in it, I would be more inclined to put it higher. I would probably put it in yummers if it was more mixed. But as it is, I think I'm gonna have to put it in it's good. Mixed Radiant Smoothie, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna have to put right into the yummers category. Because look at that, it looks like you mixed a bunch of Slurpee flavors together, or like you went to the bar and got some delicious mixed drink. I don't know, it looks awesome.
I bet it tastes good, like saltwater taffy or a chunky.
And now we have the Mixed Tough Smoothie. And the Mixed Tough Smoothie, I think, looks really good. And it probably would be a little higher if Milky Tough Smoothie wasn't in the Yummers category already. But the Milky Tough Smoothie looks so good to me that when I compare it with the Mixed Tough Smoothie, it doesn't look as appealing. It doesn't look unappealing, but it doesn't look as appealing. Combine that with the fact that its ingredients are mango and butter, and it doesn't belong in the Yummers category for me. But I do think it looks good enough to go in the It's Good category. Now we have the Mixed Twisty Smoothie, and weirdly enough, the Mixed Twisty Smoothie is the only smoothie on this list that has a whipped cream topping on it. Not only a whipped cream topping, but what appears to be some kind of candy sprinkles on top. It looks amazing. It really does. It looks like ice cream, honestly. But whatever it is, it looks yummers, and I want to eat it. Unfortunately, the pumpkin bubble smoothie does not come with a whipped topping, but it does come with a healthy helping of kelp.
Yum.
So I think I am gonna put this one in the meh category. It's not appealing to me. And now we have the Pumpkin Radiant Smoothie, which definitely belongs with its other twisty brethren up in the It's Good category. If it had a whipped topping, it would go up in yummers, but for some reason, the only one that deserves a whipped topping is the Mixed Twisty Smoothie, so fuck the rest of y'all, I guess.
Hello.
Us? I'm sorry, what's wrong with us?
Next up, we have Radiant Smoothie. And Radiant Smoothie, right off the bat, appearance-wise, isn't doing much for me. If I wasn't considering ingredients at all, it would probably just go straight up in the meh category, but since I am giving ingredients some level of consideration, I do have to take into account that it's made by either mixing 2 butters together, the implication being perhaps 2 whole sticks of butter together, which, I'm sorry, that just sounds like you're making whipped butter and a lot of it. Or you can make it by mixing radiant butter and bubble kelp together, neither of which sounds particularly appealing to me, both of which I definitely would not drink for breakfast. So with that in mind, I'm definitely gonna have to put it in the yuck category. Its appearance is mild enough that it can get away with not going in the ew category, but its ingredients are gross enough that it can't get away with getting in the meh category.
Let's just split the difference.
Next up, we have Rapid Smoothie, which is an easy one because it has a whole ass seahorse in it, so it's going in the ew. I just don't find that appealing. Though I will say, this shade of smoothie color, or whatever you want to call it, is more appealing to me than this shade. But either way, you're not getting higher on this list. Now, the next 3 are very difficult for me, because they're all kind of similar. There's just different marbling for each of them. This one's marbled purple and white, this one's marbled purple and pink, and this one just doesn't have any marbling at all. So it's easy enough to kind of just want to lump them together, because they do look similar enough. But the problem I have is the color of the smoothie makes me think of grape candy, like Jolly Ranchers, which I'm not a fan of, but the garnish are grapes. Right? And I imagine that you would use real grapes in your smoothie. And since all of these 3 smoothies require to use real grapes and not grape candy, that means the flavor would be grape flavored. And I like real life grapes. I just don't like the candy version.
I need you to get to the point.
It's not as appealing to me as I think it should be, despite the fact that it's grapes. I like grapes. But the refreshing milky smoothie is refreshing grapes and fresh milk, and it's just meh for me. But the refreshing mixed smoothie is refreshing grapes and electro apple, so that does sound a little better to me. And I do admit that the pink swirls, the more I look at them, the more appealing they look when compared to the others. I'll put it in the It's Good, but I am being generous, I think, there. And then we have refreshing smoothie, and I think we're gonna go right back to the meh category for that, and just, it doesn't gross me out or anything, but it's not making me want it. I don't think I would want to order that if I saw it in a picture on the menu.
Just saying.
Now we have the salted apple smoothie, and I can't imagine a smoothie tasting better with salt added to it. It's not a margarita, so it's not gonna complement the lime in the way that it would if it was a margarita. It's just salty apple? Yeah, that's a yuck for me. That's not doing it for me. Speaking of not doing it for me, the salted bubble smoothie is equally unappealing. It's the bubble smoothie, the plain bubble smoothie, but they salted the rim. So why would that make me want it more? It doesn't. So, yuck. And yet, the salted cactus smoothie looks good to me for some reason. That salted rim actually looks really appealing. It makes it look like a mixed drink, like a margarita, but I think they might actually complement each other. Again, I've never had cactus, so I don't actually know if they would complement each other, but it just kind of feels like they would. I think that's a yummers.
Yum, yummity, yum, yum, yummers.
Say, do you want to drink a jar of mud? No? What if I put salt on the rim? What about now? The answer is still no. I'm putting it in ew. I do not want to drink what looks like mud. Give me some colorful rocks in there, then we'll talk. Now we have the salted Milky smoothie, and I can't fathom that tasting good. It's salted milk, is what it is. You put salt in milk, and then said, here's your smoothie. And I say no. It even looks unappealing as a smoothie. Like visually, you salted the rim of a milk bottle and you thought that was good? No, that's ew. That's an ew from me, dog.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Not as ew is the salted radiant smoothie, because that's just butter and salt, which makes salted butter, which is great for a variety of things, but is definitely not smoothie worthy. So I'm gonna put that in yuck. I don't think it's ew worthy, but it's definitely yuck worthy. Now we have the salted tough smoothie, and I will say it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look like the best thing I've ever had, but it looks good. I think I'm gonna put it there. It's good. Meanwhile, the salted rim on the salted twisty smoothie doesn't look as appealing to me. It makes it look less yummy to me for some reason. Maybe because I think of it kind of like ice cream. When I see it, I kind of think of it as like a mango sorbet. That's not what it is, but that's what it makes me think of. And so visually, it makes me think of ice cream with a salted rim, which is just not it for me.
It's not really doing it for me.
But I wouldn't say it looks yucky or anything either, so I think it's probably best suited for the meh category. Ah, the sweet climbing smoothie, where they took a jar of mud and rocks and put a flower on it to really try to get me to want to drink it. But no, I don't want to drink it. Put multicolored rocks in there, then we'll talk. However, when you put a flower into the radiant smoothie and make it a sweet radiant smoothie, I think it suddenly looks a little better than the other radiant smoothies. So, I think it goes in it's good. I think it looks good. Unfortunately, the addition of a flower for the sweet, refreshing smoothie just doesn't cut it for me. I can't see myself putting it higher than meh, especially considering the fact that it's just the refreshing smoothie with an additional flower garnish. Technically, it's refreshing grapes mixed with floral nectar, which I'm assuming tastes fine, but it just doesn't move the needle at all. Now we have the sweet smoothie, which is floral nectar mixed with floral nectar. I don't even know what nectar tastes like. If the expression the nectar of the gods is anything to go by, delicious. But I've never had nectar. I've had honey, which is what I call it usually in my head, but I don't know. I can't base it off of previous experience. And I can't say that the design makes it look good or bad. It looks kind of like a jar of honey, honestly. A cute jar of honey, but a jar of honey nonetheless. I'm gonna put it in meh. It's not the worst thing I could probably eat.
Okay, well, there's a ringing endorsement.
Now we have the sweet tough smoothie, and the ingredients are just mango and nectar, which is fine, but the flower in this case, I don't know why, but it makes it so much more appealing. I can't explain why the flower works for me sometimes and not other times, but this is one scenario in which it's working. It's making me want to try it more. I think that's gonna go in yummers. I think that looks really tasty. Now, the twisty smoothies, as a genre of smoothies, have already peaked with the whipped topping, with the mixed twisty smoothie, so you can't really get better than that. And I can't see myself putting the sweet twisty smoothie in the same tier as the mixed twisty smoothie. It's just not quite at that level. But I do think the sweet twisty smoothie is a good candidate for the it's good tier.
Yeah, that feels right.
Now we have the tough smoothie, and the tough smoothie is just made by mixing 2 tough mangoes together. So the tough smoothie definitely has the benefit of being mango flavored, but also it just looks good. It looks yummy. It doesn't look yummers, unfortunately. But I do think it is just teetering on the edge between it's good and yummers, but it doesn't quite hit the levels of these 2 other mango smoothies on the yummers tier. Now we have a smoothie that I actually forgot to put on the list somehow. I don't know how that happened, but hold on, I need to load it in here real quick. There we go. Okay. Now we have the twisty smoothie, which is made by mixing 2 pumpkins together. That doesn't sound as appealing to me. Mango just sounds like a better smoothie ingredient to me. It just does. That being said, appearance-wise, I do think the twisty smoothie looks quite yummy. And since I am going mostly by appearances, I think I'm gonna have to put it in the it's good category. I think it looks pretty tasty. Now we have an obvious one, the unfortunate smoothie. This smoothie is apparently so disgusting that they had to blur it. It's pixelated in the game. Like, that is how offensive it is. So, I mean, I think I would be doing a disservice to the unfortunate smoothie if I put it in any other spot other than ew. That's where it belongs. That's where it wants to belong. And I respect it for that, so that's where it's gonna live.
It just makes sense.
I don't actually know what's exactly in the unfortunate smoothie because a number of combinations with a number of different ingredients can get you the unfortunate smoothie. Sometimes if you mix monster guts with certain ingredients, they'll get you a potion. Sometimes when you mix monster guts with certain ingredients, you get an unfortunate smoothie. It's kind of a crapshoot. Whatever it is, it looks fucking disgusting. So that's where it belongs. It's an ew for sure. Next up, we have the warm mixed smoothie, which I don't think of smoothies when I think of spicy. You know, it's just not there. Those 2 flavors don't go well in my mind. Additionally, it looks like a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. I actually enjoy a flaming hot Cheeto on occasion, but I don't want it as a smoothie. It looks like it has flaming hot Cheeto powder in it. I don't even care if it does or doesn't. Visually alone, it's going in yuck.
No thanks. No thanks.
And the warm mix special is also gonna go in yuck because it looks exactly the same as the warm mix smoothie, but the only difference is that there's fire on top of this one. I don't know, if you're trying to make something more appealing, I don't recommend lighting it on fire. Just a general tip, it's not a hard and fast rule. Some things need to be lit on fire. Saganaki, Bananas Foster, pedophiles, but most things are made less appealing by lighting them on fire, just as a general rule. Unfortunately, I do not find the warm Rock-tato smoothie visually appealing either. It looks like you made a smoothie with flaming hot Cheetos and rocks, which... ew. That's ew. And finally, we have the warm smoothie, which is... It looks a lot like the warm mix special and the warm mix smoothie. There is a slight visual difference, but not a huge one. I think that's gonna go in the yuck category with the other warm smoothies, except for, of course, the warm Rock-tato smoothie. And there we have it, folks. All of the smoothies and Echoes of Wisdom ranked on how yummy they look and how yummy they sound. I'm actually surprised by how many of these smoothies landed in the yuck and ew categories, but I wasn't really thinking about them individually. When I look at this as a whole, they don't look as gross to me, but when I look at them individually and really think about it, the more unappealing I find them. It's interesting. It's an interesting effect. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Let me know how you're feeling about this whole experience. Not just the smoothie experience, but Echoes of Wisdom as a whole. I loved it, but tell me what you thought. And come back to the channel for another Zelda video at some point. I guarantee it's gonna happen because I'm obsessed with the Zelda series. And until then, if you made it this far, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you hated this video, hit that dislike button. And either way, hit subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.